Welcome to Interviews. My name is Eunice Ray, and I'm joined today by Michelle Rieke. She has a wonderful story, and I want her to share it with you for a great encouragement to you. So, Michelle, how old are you?
I am 37, getting ready to turn 38.
My goodness, so exciting. You are married and have two little children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not so
Yep.
little anymore. They're getting to be almost teenagers. Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit about your health, where you've been, what's happened with Michelle.
Okay. So growing up, we were very active kids. My parents had us outside doing sports, whatever we wanted to do, we were able to do. So we stayed fairly lean. My sister and I were very, very small growing up. I continued that through high school and college. Was
When was
pretty
this?
active.
What years are we talking about here?
Okay, so I graduated high school in 2004, graduated college in 2007, got married in 2009. It was a decent weight in 2009 when I got married, and then you get happy and fat, right? That's what happens. And so I gained weight. I had two kids. I had Landon in 2000 and Reagan in 2015. I had tried to lose weight between kids, and it seemed to be a lot harder than it was 5 years previous when I lost weight, to get married. I was about 2 pounds from my goal weight and found out I was pregnant. So I had to stop losing weight, and I had her. And then it got really hard. My hormones changed. I was having a lot of issues with just female issues after I had Reagan, and everything just blew up. I just got big. I couldn't lose weight easily. I could lose about 10 to 15 pounds and I would feel so good. I didn't look any different. I felt better, but I didn't look any different. And about 3 years ago, we took a family picture on Easter, and everybody's dressed up. You're all so cute and you're excited, and you pull that picture up, and I was devastated. I looked at that picture, did not recognize myself or my husband. My kids were beautiful, and we weren't there in the picture. I could see it in my face. I was unhappy. I didn't know what to do, but I knew something had to change, and I didn't know where to go to look. So I, of course, got online. You go back to what you know, calorie restricting and exercising a lot and whatever else. So very quickly, within about 6 weeks, I lost about 30 pounds, only because that's how much I had to lose. I had a lot of weight on me.
How much weight would you say?
I at least was 60 pounds overweight. And I knew that. I knew I was well above where I should be. I mean, you do the calculation of your body mass index. I was in the obesity category. That frightened me. Nobody in my family is obese. My dad is still super thin. My mom's thin, and I'm obese. Like, seriously, I didn't feel obese, So I knew I had work to do. And I got about to 30 pounds, and I just kind of stopped. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what else to do. And I had a dear friend, Miss Eunice Ray, said, "Hey, I noticed you're starting to lose weight. You're looking good. What are you doing?" So I told her what I was doing, and she said, "Well, I can help you get farther." She said, "Come see me, and I will tell you a few simple things that you can do." So months later, I finally got out to one of her presentations, and she told me what was wrong with the standard American diet. And I just was blown away. I thought, but wait a second, this is what the government tells us we're supposed to do. And I've been doing this since I was a kid, and everything was okay. And well, no, everything was not okay. Clearly, I was in the obesity category very quickly in my early 30s and didn't want to be there anymore. So I changed it. She said, stop eating sugars, stop eating grains, and stop eating after dinner. 3 things. I thought, I could do that. I don't have to buy any big program. I don't have to go weigh in front of people every week, and pay if I don't lose weight. I was like, I could do those 3 things. So I started. And 1 week and a half later, I was down another 10 pounds. And then 2.5 months later, I was down another 20 pounds. And so far, I had gotten to 70 pounds weight loss. I mean, my goal was 50. I was thrilled with 50 pounds weight loss. And without trying, it just kept melting off. And I'm just blown away that I'm here, better health, better shape, and less weight than when I got married in 2009. Crazy.
Isn't it? What are you doing? Are you eating your intermittent fasting? Fasting is a huge piece.
Yes, so thank you for bringing that out. I forgot about that.
Yeah. How often do you eat? Well, nothing after dinner for 12 hours.
Right.
Then without sugars and grains, you allow yourself with better fats, the good fats, that's like burning logs on your system in your metabolic engines, and you begin to go longer. You need less food. So how often do you eat?
Yes, I am not a breakfast person. I've never been a breakfast person growing up. So that was super easy to open up my window. I could still have coffee, still do long windows. So it was very easy for me to get to a 15-hour window. The hardest part was to give up those evening snacks. I was a snacker and salty snacks. And so for me, that was evening. You'd have popcorn, or I'd have chips, or, whatever, pretzels, whatever I wanted, evening, just to munch before I was ready for bed. So once I gave that up, my window went from 12 hours to 15 hours to 17 hours. So currently now that I've been doing it for over 2 years, I usually get up in the morning, I'll have coffee. I don't eat breakfast. By 12, I'm kind of like, I'm not really hungry still. So usually about 1:30ish, 2:00 in the afternoon, I start getting hungry. And I'm like, okay, time to feed. I'll go get lunch or a shake. If I'm out, I'll do a protein shake because I know what's in it and it's clean, rather than trying to go through fast food that is not clean. So I'll usually do that about 2:00. We usually eat dinner between 6. So my eating window is usually 4 to 5 hours. So I'm usually like a 20 fast and then a 4-hour eating window. And then I don't eat again until the following day for lunch. But that's not every day for me, but at least 15 hours. I'm usually at least 15 hours for maintenance, up to 20 hours. I can do a 24. Usually I get busy and I'm like, oh, it's dinner time and I haven't eaten. Okay, 24-hour fast today.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of that. This is the very practical way it works. And it works. Well, first of all, you think you have to eat 3 times a day, snacks,
right.
You have to keep your metabolism up. Well, that's really not exactly correct. And you find that your body is either digesting or resting. And in that rest, a tremendous amount of healing can take place, and restoration and cellular recycling. And that kicks in really in earnest at about 18 hours, 17 to 18 hours. So when you give your body a chance every day to, not only while you're sleeping, but also while you're fasting, to be able to restore is really quite a thing. So I'll tell you what I found, Michelle, the longer you go, the more nutritionally dense your eating time needs to be. In other words, you don't just have anything. You think about, if I'm going to ask my body to do this work, to digest this, I need to feed myself. Yeah. And in a meal, what are you having for dinner? I mean, a daily meal, if you have a shake with an avocado, do you put fat in your shake? Avocado?
I do put fat. I have a quarter to a half an avocado, or I'll use a good coconut oil or coconut milk, unsweetened coconut milk, the full fat from the can, not the liquid beverage stuff that's full of sugar. Or I'll put coconut oil, MCT oil, something like that, a good healthy fat, heavy cream, organic heavy cream. I'll add that, make it creamy, which my kids love. I will make popsicles with the protein shake and the heavy cream and freeze them, and they will say, can I have a popsicle? Sure. And they're walking around having a protein shake. And I'll put fat in my shake. And now that you said that, adding the fat is what allowed the fat for me to drop off, because I was restricting calories. I was eating the good, clean things, but I wasn't balancing it with the fat to keep me full longer. So I wasn't being able to go as long, or I'm feeling like my blood sugar is still going like this, because I wasn't keeping it steady with burning of the fat or fueling with fat. So then a meal at dinner, I'll fix whatever meat we have. We'll either do beef or venison or chicken. We raise our own chickens here on the farm, so we'll have organic chicken. And I cook it any way I want, however they want it. I'll just leave out the sugar for me, or try to make it a little bit healthier for everybody. I'll usually lay out 2 or 3 different types of vegetables. We'll do broccoli, spinach, asparagus, anything like that. We'll do squash and zucchini every once in a while, especially during the summer when I couldn't get it fresh out of the garden, since I know who grew it and what's in it. I'll eat that. And then some type of fat, if I have a cream sauce on top, or I'll put lots of grass-fed butter on the broccoli, and I have that, or homemade hollandaise sauce. I'll add that to the top of my broccoli. And that's my fats that will keep me going for that full 15 to 18 to 20 hours of fasting until the next meal.
So you sleep better, you have better energy, you look wonderful.
Well, thank you. No, I sleep so much better. I was tossing and turning all night long, couldn't get comfortable. Part of it was because my body was aching with all the extra weight I had on me. Sleep so much better. I noticed the biggest difference in my body, the way I felt, was my joints. I've always had back and knee issues. I mean, from high school on, I had multiple tests done, radioactive scans, everything. But once I got off the sugar and the carbs and started really watching what I was putting in my body, the inflammation went away. And that blew my mind that I was now 15, 20 years later coming out of high school, but felt better in my joints than I did as a 16 and 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen, you know?
No, not supposed to, is it? Yeah.
No, it's not supposed to.
Yeah. Well, I'm so grateful to you. It's wonderful to talk to someone who's done it. I think what I have learned, and maybe you have too, is that each one of us is fearfully and wonderfully made. And what works for you may not work for me or someone else. But if you have the principles to guide you, you can add the nutritionally dense foods in the times that work with the fats at the right ratio of fat to protein to fiber, et cetera. And you begin to understand that, and that works for you in terms of sleep, in terms of energy, in terms of mood. You know, is your mood better?
Yeah,
That's another thing.
Yeah, a lot better. They're a lot better. You can ask my husband. Much better mood.
Well, I think that it's all tied together. So many of us think, well, I'm just stumpy, grumpy, and I'm this and that. And really, if you clean up your diet, you might be surprised to find that your gut is better and your whole world looks like a wonderful place. You can hear Louis Armstrong. It's a wonderful world right here, all of a sudden.
Right.
Poof. Anyway, I really appreciate you. I love you. And I'm very grateful that you took my advice. You're so smart.
Me too.
And but it thrills me. I look at you and I see you here and there, and I think she's doing it, and she looks wonderful. And I know she feels better. So thanks.
Yes. Thank you. I love you so much for being truthful and confident enough to share the truth with me and how it's changed myself, but also my family. I mean, my kids are watching and they know, Mom, I probably shouldn't eat this. It has a lot of sugar. And I'm like, you're right. The information has changed my entire family. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Yes. Take care, my dear.
Love you.
Love you.